My name's Jake Finkelstein. I am the CEO and founder of a marketing consultancy called Method Savvy. At Method Savvy, our job is to help ambitious leaders achieve their highest purpose in business and society. So the way that we do that is by focusing on brand, customer experience, and growth acceleration. So what led me to start Method Savvy is actually my prior business. So my prior business was a experiential and creative agency at Manhattan called Universal Buzz Intelligence. And the truth of the matter is, as much fun as it is to get paid millions of dollars from entertainment brands and Fortune 1000 companies, I was really just giving them pretty pictures back. And what I really wanted to do was understand how I could help these entrepreneurs, these ambitious leaders, do something meaningful in the world. And I wanted to build more accountability and transparency into marketing and advertising. And that was really the genesis for Method Savvy. So I did have a business before Method Savvy, but it was actually not my first business. My first real business was actually a record label back in the ancient days when people went to record stores and bought records on shiny disc. So I'm very much a serial entrepreneur. If you ask my mother, she says the very first business I had was selling poems for a penny in kindergarten. So I was taking commissions. But in all seriousness, I incorporated my first business, which was the record label, when I was about 16 or 17. Then incorporated a artist management company when I was about 18 or 19. Then incorporated a web design company when I was 19 or 20. And then started my creative and experiential agency in Method Savvy. So this is business 5, I think, if I do the math right. So when I think about what drives me as an entrepreneur, I think about it in a couple different ways. First, it's just truly a compulsion. I don't know how to do anything else. I would be the world's worst employee. In fact, I always was the world's worst employee because I always had an idea. And once I have an idea, I feel compelled to activate it, to make it happen in a really meaningful way. And if it doesn't, I just can't. I can't sit still. I also think I know better than many other people, which is entirely wrong, but it like drives me because I just have this way that I want something to exist in a world in this like really meaningful way. I also had a very smart CEO once tell me that entrepreneurs tend to be running away from something or running towards something, and I am very much running towards something, whatever that vision is. I get very, very excited about it. I get very, very excited about bringing other people along for the ride, and I just get a thrill like when I go, this thing now exists in the world. Let me go build whatever that next thing is. So with my first business, the biggest challenge is, quite frankly, I had no idea what I was doing. And the good part of that is I was dumb enough not to know better. The bad part is that I was dumb enough not to know better. So the major things that I struggle with, and thank goodness, again, I was young, so my parents were very supportive, and I had friends that were very supportive of it. But the big thing for me was just the standard blocking and tackling. Like, how do I deal with setting up a bank account? How do I deal with tracking expenses in QuickBooks? Who's going to be my accountant? Oh, I need a lawyer because I'm going to go sign artists to some contract, and then I need to go get a distribution agreement and deal with stores, and like all of these were just high learning curves. So the biggest value that I had was actually just building a team around me that could tell me the things that I didn't know, and I was lucky enough to be able to stumble into that in some really productive ways.